everyone, my name is Mickey Adams and I'd like to welcome you into my music room. I live in College Station, Texas, and I am a dealer for Mullen pedal steel guitars out of Seabrook, Colorado. And today I'd like to have a discussion with you about blocking techniques, and I'm going to give you some exercises to improve such. I am still asked to this day on a regular basis, Mickey, what do you think is the best blocking technique? Pick blocking or palm blocking? Yes. It's a subjective question, like, what's your position on tuning? I do it every day. It's a necessity. You have to. There's no right and wrong and good and bad. There's your technique, which continues to evolve over time. It's just a natural progression, as we improve. And so I never really took a real hard look at my right hand until 5 or 6 years ago, when the question came up, and I realized that I pick block, but I do it involuntarily. It's just the way that my playing is developed. You might think of it this way: I hear a melody line in my head. If I can execute it on the pedal steel guitar and make it sound the way it is in my head, I'm obviously blocking it effectively. That is, of course, unless there is no blocking and just everything is always ringing all the time, monotony. But I'm sure, as all of you are aware, it's probably one of the most difficult things to master. And so let's do this. Let's go back and create a fundamental, stable building block for developing our technique to block. First, the simplest of ideas. What is blocking? That is blocking. It does not matter what we stop the string from ringing with. It can be this, the back of our hand, the back of our hand here, this portion of my back of my thumb. Just remove everything from the fretboard. There's a million different ways to do this. The most effective for me is pick blocking, because it's natural. It comes natural to me. So let's look at this fundamental exercise. Let's strike. I'm at position number 5. It does not matter where we are. But what we're going to do is we're going to strike a string, we're going to strike the next string, and then we're going to drop down a half step. This is probably the most difficult move to master on the steel guitar, is trying to play a fluid line where the notes do not wind up on exactly the same fret, where we have to move 1 fret, or heaven forbid we have to move 2 frets, right, to get the next note, such as this. I mean, it can be done, but you're limited in speed, because the timing has to be right for you to strike, block, move, strike, block, move. That's right. So that's what this is, a simple blocking exercise. If you make it sound like this, you are effectively blocking. There's 2 concepts I want to push on you here. One is that we can use only 2 fingers, or we can use all 3 fingers, and we can either use thumb, index, thumb, or thumb, index, middle, or thumb, index, index. It doesn't matter, but we need to be able to do them all. So let's strike 10, 10, 9, and then come up to number 9 with our thumb, drop down a half step. 10, 9, 9 with the thumb. Thumb, index, thumb, thumb, index, thumb. Now, for a lot of you, this is going to feel very, very awkward. And that is a good thing, because everything that feels awkward is just something you haven't learned to do yet. Now, if you had 10,000 of these awkward moves that you now have mastered, think about the change that's going to occur in the fluidity of your solos. You're no longer guessing. Your mind is programmed. You don't have to grope for the next string. You're programmed. You're in position. You get where I'm going? While we're on that subject, I have a young kid here in College Station who's taken lessons from me. He's had 4 lessons, and I started him off with his picks, a bar, and these exercises. After 4 half-hour lessons, and I'm sure a lot of exercise and a lot of practice, he's actually gripping the strings like a pro after 4 lessons. I cannot wait to see where this kid goes, in 10 years. I'm going to be a proud papa, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, back to work. So thumb on 10, index on 9, drop down a fret. Now if we can do this effectively, it's all pick blocking. Let's look at this pick blocking exercise. Let's place our picks on two strings. They can be separated, they can be together, does not matter. But let's place our picks on two strings, and let's place our thumb on another single string in the lower register. It matters not where. We want to strike the first two with our picks, and then strike the lower string with our thumb. I've actually got 3, 5, and 8 here. If I can strike these and then immediately put my picks back down when I move my thumb, then I've effectively pick blocked the first notes and they don't overlap each other, like this. No blocking. Effective pick blocking. Also, consider this, that when your picks are in position and your hand remains close to the strings, and you place your thumb somewhere, you have a datum for your brain to reference the next group of strings. See, all these exercises are also programming your fingers to how far apart the strings are. So this gives you a datum of measure, right? And it's subconscious, but in other words, do this, like take your two fingers like this and just try to reach up and put 3 and 5 like this. Since you don't have anything to measure it for, you're kind of groping in the dark. But if your palm is set here on the guitar, your thumb is on a specific string, it's easy for us to measure from here to here with two picks. Try that. It's not easy. It can be done, but it's not easy. So let's look at another exercise. The same thing basically, but now we're going to go thumb, thumb, move up, and then thumb. You are actually having to block with your thumb or your palm. Or any combination thereof. Let's take another exercise. Now this is just a simple block exercise. 10, 8, thumb, down a half step, 6, slide down. It doesn't matter, it's not musical. It's not about being musical, it's about technique. But I can promise you this, even this sounding non-musical move, with the right pedals and lever combinations and the right chords behind you, is going to be musical. But more importantly, it's executable. It's easily executable. So I've been using these techniques myself, my own method, for several years now, and I can honestly tell you that my playing has been improving steadily over the years, and I'm just about at a point now where I'm really happy about the quality of my playing and the tone that's coming out of my amplifier, and so it's been a long battle. It's a lifelong endeavor to play the pedal steel, and but I know you're making progress. I can tell from your comments, and so I hope this gives you some food for thought, and I certainly hope it helps each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel. This is Mickey Adams in College Station, and I'll see you right back here with your pedal steel. And so long.